And I thank God that Peter keeps saying that it's not a coalition for good leadership, and it's just coalition to grab power that is not involved. On that premise, what we should be saying is that Peter that was able to produce 2 senators serving, 6 House of Rep members serving in that state, and 7 of us that are House of Assembly member cannot execute an election. Cannot execute an election even without Peter. He has done his job. I'm indicting myself. I'm indicting the whole people that elected at the platform of Labour Party that flew on the wings of Peter to be. So if Peter is not existing, they cannot execute an election and face the governor squarely. And if anybody can answer me that question, vis-a-vis how fellow senators like Senator Natasha stood against an incumbent governor and won his election, and now we cannot win one constituency that has a sympathy that accompanies the candidacy, and we are explaining that this happened, coalition is this, coalition is that. No. I'm indicting myself and indicting my colleagues and indicting everybody that won election at the wings of Peter. At the level that Peter is, we cannot be expecting Peter to be executing local elections. Even in his own state. No, I'm exonerating Peter from this. And that is what I want us to do. Now, if you fix it, I will advise, coalition or no coalition, where there is a very identified problem that Nigeria has.
Mbachu.
Sir.
Mr. Amba, sorry, sir. 1 second.
Can I go ahead? Hello?
Please continue, sir.
Okay, thank you. Then, we have already identified problem of Nigeria, which is not politics. Our problem is bad leadership. We should exonerate it from politics. Politics is how, the vehicle, what brought you to a position of leadership. And most of the people that wanted this good leadership anchored on obedience, and that is why Peter was able to pull the stunt he pulled in 2023. That is everybody wasn't expecting it. And I will assure you, had it been people who knew that Peter has the capacity to do what he did in 2023, a lot of these governors that even compromised and people that supported Atiwaju coming in and all whatnot wouldn't have done it. They would have given Peter a little push. Now, what is the reality on ground is that what we see as coalition now, personal opinion, without prejudice to anything, what we see as coalition are people that are hungry to grab power and then use that power for what? If they are going to help make Peter president, let me submit.
I would disagree.
If they don't, okay.
Chief, allow honorable now. Chief,
yes,
allow honorable.
You disagreeing is in order, and I know where you disagree.
No, honorable, just go on. No, honorable, just go on. Go on.
Let me rephrase. I made a mistake. I should rephrase. Majority of people that are in that coalition, let me use the word majority, not all, are there to just grab power and use it for what? The only consolation we will have if that happens is that maybe Peter becomes president. And if Peter is made president, I don't have fears about those people that help him grab power, because I know Peter and his capacity is going to put them in their places, individual places, quietly, and move on with his job. But the reality of what happened yesterday is that we have to sit down and learn our lessons. Our lessons is lesson number 1. Politics is built on structure. The structure we are talking about are human beings living. It's not on computer space and all whatnot. On ground information, there are some voters that came out to vote for the wife of my late colleague. They never knew that Peter said this on Facebook. I'm telling you first-hand information. They never knew the whole sensation on Facebook. Why Peter message was accepted by Nigerians, most Nigerians, is that on the whole sensation we are doing on Facebook online is being triggered down to the locals that have no access to this. And it's been triggered down by what? Structure. And that is where the whole, what's it called? The whole obedient movement, support groups play their role. They will pick this thing we said on Twitter, on Facebook, they will bring it to the world level. And they were using it in village squares to be telling stories. But that did not happen in this election because of two things. One, the time frame between when Peter said that this woman should go and everybody should vote for APC for ADC and not Labour because Labour has no candidate. The time frame for this thing to cascade down was not there. There was not enough time for it to cascade down to the local voters. Secondly, the available structure to carry the message down on time. That is where coalition is good. That is the only place I will support coalition. Because even Peter himself knew that a lot of places he won an election, there was no agent. There was no agent to protect the vote. We need the structure, and structure is human being. In Anambra, for the first time, they are selling a vote for up to 5,000 naira, which means they came out, the governor opened the vote all out. They are sharing 10,000, they are sharing 15,000, first time in Anambra State. And I will ask another question. If this we know to give shishi, we use the name to give shishi, come to where we are. Why are we giving shishi, trying to even compel ourselves to give shishi? In political market, you just have people that come to polling unit to sell their vote and people that come to polling unit to vote their conscience. Let's focus on one place and start pushing for people that sell their vote to tweet towards people that vote with conscience. I was disappointed that the ADC party was sharing 3,000 naira. So if I'm in polling unit to vote, I will see I'm supposed to vote you because you are not giving shishi, but you are a better person to do the job. I will vote you. But if I see that I'm voting you yourself you are giving shishi, I will go for highest bidder. These are the two lessons personally I can draw from what happened. We must know what we are doing and focus there straight up. A lot of things they used to intimidate us that the first time I say, how are you going to go for second term? I said, I don't care. I am here to do 4 years. Most of my colleagues have been intimidated by that. And that's why when sensitive things comes to the table of the house, most of them cannot make the input they want to make freely because everybody is scared of second tenure. I went to my constituency the other time I did 2 years in office. I said, look at your money. This is how much was given to me as constituency president. This is what it is. What are we going to use it for? They decided. I will move in with that. Now somebody came and said, all these things you are doing, do you think that these people will vote you again without you sharing money? Go and keep the money. So you share the money during the election. This is second tenure. You cannot do this. So by second tenure, everybody you must have created enmity. I said I came for the first time without paying 1 naira. I will share 1 naira second tenure. People will see their money. I'll give them their money. They will decide what to use it for. Second tenure, if they think that I'm good, let me come back. Again, let us sit down, articulate our mistakes, where we compromised, what we should be doing that we have not done. So we are saying that all the senators that came from Labour and all the House of Assembly and House of Rep that came through Labour, God forbid something happened today that Peter is no more. God forbid. So all of them should retire from politics. Is that what you are saying? Except somebody can justify to me that without Peter, 2 senators and 6 House of Rep members and 7 House of Assembly members cannot execute an election against an incumbent governor. I will still be debating this with anybody that cares to know. Let me submit here. Thank you very much.
Since you are very close to Mr. Peter Obi, Is Mr. Peter Obi a member of the Labour Party or he has defected to the ADC?
Sorry, come again with your question. I didn't get that.
Okay, I say, is Mr. Peter Obi still a member of the Labour Party or he has defected to the ADC? Because I can remember that the Labour Party, denied being part of the coalition. So,
No, Peter is a member of Labour Party, and he said it categorically clear that his Labour Party we are using governorship election, and in 2027 we are using ADC. But because of the confusion created in Labour Party by external forces, now Labour Party has no candidate in that election.
The by-election that just passed few days ago has already opening some people's eyes, and the way I'm seeing it, they are not reluctant anymore. The youth are not reluctant. Some of the high leaders are not reluctant anymore. Interview here and there. Some people say they were buying they were buying food. Some people say, were you there when they were buying food? And ADC at the other hand, they caught them red-handed where we're trying to like print more paper of them. And come to talk about it, are they not going to say it's tribalism or tribalism? The Anambra people have started like hating their own present governor, and they are looking for a way out to vote them, to vote him out. Anyway, that one will not happen now. It will happen. The only person that can bring down a governor is president. Yes. Is Tinubu that can do that one. It is not the youth, it is not the state, so they can't even try it. So I went to social media and I go about the comment section. I was just like, they are buying fault, it can't happen, not this time around, it won't repeat itself again, even I nego collect. So anyways, you hear it from the horses, but at least I leave the view for you guys to hear the inch of that. But anyway, I will leave the full video for you to watch. Why you like and share?
In Anambra State.
Sorry, what do you mean by
I said-
external forces?
He said,
What do you mean by the crisis created by external forces?
yes, the forces that have the capacity to look at the Supreme Court judgment and will not implement it, and that judgment was gotten by an independent body that is called independent INEC, independent our National Electoral Commission, Nigeria, Independent National Electoral Commission. They went to court. The court granted them a judgment that a certain person's time is over. Now, to implement it, they have not implemented it to speak. So, is that a force from Labour Party? That force must have come from external bodies. That is not Labour Party.
Honorable member, thank you very much for coming on board. But the place I said I beg to disagree with you is where you said that people in the coalition are for power grabbers. Now, as a P2B supporter, my question is, as a P2B supporter and a member and also a politician that know politics very well, do you think, as somebody also that is entering into a coalition with people, that your words of accusing some other members of the coalition is a right thing for you to do as a politician? Do you think it's a right thing for you to do by calling others, trying to a kind of name shame others as power grabbers and while others are not? Do you think it's the right word for you to use as a politician? Thank you.
Okay, let me tell you something, Chief. Chief, before I became a politician, I'm a human being. I was a teacher, and what we used to say to ourselves is that we mow souls, and because we mow souls, we must have souls ourselves. Right? So before I became a politician, I'm a human being. Now, as a politician, I might not say it, but as a human being, I can say it. So what confuses our own politics in Nigeria is between who you are as a human being and what you're supposed to do in politics as a profession. If they place it on table, which one are you going to take first? Now, tomorrow, I might not be a politician. I will still be a human being. So, I will speak first as a human being. I believe this platform, when I was listening to the platform, everybody was coming out genuinely on ideal situation, right? I agree, ideal situation. We are not talking about real situation, which is the politics involved. But I am speaking as if I am protected by, I can speak freely. As a parliamentarian, I might not speak like this. Even as a party member accusing my own colleagues in party, as a politician, I'm not supposed to say it. But I'm telling you this as a person that has a personal conviction. Now, let me tell you, if you say they have the tendency, but I'm not supposed to say it as a politician, then I'm still correct. All of us knew if there is a coalition that is built on what is it called, securing a good leadership for Nigeria and to turn the ship to the right direction, you will know that what will be on the table will be, the discussion that should be on the table now will be, what are the policies needed to move Nigeria to the right direction, and who can implement that policy. We should not be talking about one term, north, south, all those things. That is why I have a personal conviction that the majority of what I'm hearing coming out from coalition are there to grab power.
Now, it leads to my second question, Honorable. Now, as also somebody that wants the coalition because your policies and everything is only, you can only implement them when you are in power. Now, as somebody that wants to be in power to implement those policies, and you know really very well that these individuals in the coalition has impact they are bringing to the coalition, do you also think it's of good to the candidate? Is this your comment now is a good one to the person you're supporting? Do you think you made a very good point to the person and to those listening or supporters of those other candidates that you?
But Chief, you're asking him the same
Chief,
thing
hold
in
on, let me
another
ask
way
that Chief
now.
something.
Same question you're asking
Chief,
him.
let me tell you something. You are as good as the vehicle that brought you. That is what leadership is. Now, why I said what I said before about ideology and who can implement it was in 2015 when they are talking about coalition and merger. We don't know whether there is somebody else there that would have implemented their vision and mission they so proposed to Nigerians and so to us, that is not Buhari. There may be somebody there that can be able to implement it.